Around a year ago, I made the decision to take my art business seriously. This not only meant creating a logo, website and branding, but I had to figure out how I was going to turn what had previously been a hobby, where I made a little bit of money on the side, into a profitable business. Fast forward 1 year and I've already seen encouraging progress, which is reinforcing my belief that consistent effort and hard work will lead to lasting success. In this video, I wanted to share some of the key decisions that I'm taking to transform my passion into a sustainable long-term business that not only allows me to enjoy my creative work, but that also fits around other commitments in my life. I hope my experiences that I'm going to share with you will inspire and guide you in taking your own hobby to the next stage. I've come to accept that the growth of my business will be steady and long-term. If you have other commitments like raising a young family, or maybe you're balancing a full-time or part-time job, reminding yourself of this often can be helpful. Unlike the myth of overnight success, the reality for most of us is that achieving sustainable growth is a gradual journey that often takes years. Some people may find quicker success through luck or timing, or maybe some unique opportunities that come their way. But for the vast majority, building an art business from scratch that can fully support you requires long-term perseverance, patience, and a deep commitment to your craft. It's perfectly okay to grow at your own pace, and sometimes the most meaningful achievements come from consistent and dedicated effort rather than quick wins. There will be days when you most likely can't dedicate much time to your art, but I've found that even small actions taken daily can add up significantly over time and lead to meaningful progress. Even if you can only dedicate 20 minutes a day to your art, those minutes will accumulate over the year and often result in big progress that you don't always see straight away. On the days where I'm not able to create art, there are plenty of other productive tasks that I try to tackle, such as updating listings on my Etsy shop, or writing a blog post, or maybe even researching topics for future YouTube videos. I try not to get too discouraged on these days, as I know that disappointment can lead to burnout and giving up. Finding the satisfaction in small progress is key to staying motivated and committed on your journey. There are countless ways to focus your time and energy to earn money as an artist. The options range from selling original paintings in galleries and creating prints to sell on Etsy, to having your own website to showcase and sell your artwork. You could also explore illustrating children's books, taking on commissions for clients, teaching your techniques to others, starting a Patreon, launching a YouTube channel, and so much more. When you're first starting out, it can feel overwhelming to decide where to direct your efforts. So for me, it was really important to develop a clear strategy for where I wanted to invest my time and energy. My business plan was simple at the beginning. I focused on painting commissions of people's pets. During these early years, I concentrated on improving my painting skills and discovering my style. I figured out which materials worked best for me, from the different types of canvases and paints to the frames that I preferred to use. Of course, there were other things to think about, like how to market myself effectively to attract more commissions, how to price my art, and how to package and ship my work worldwide. This was more than enough to manage at the start, and as I grew more comfortable and confident, I naturally began to explore other opportunities to expand my business. This brings me nicely onto my next decision that I made, which was to focus on creating more passive forms of income. Whilst setting up passive income streams can be a significant amount of work up front, they can greatly maximise the return on the time and effort that you invest in your art business over the long run. Commission work is a great way to earn money and build a client base, but it often requires continuous effort to produce one piece at a time. I don't actually believe that there is such a thing as completely passive income, as there is still a lot of ongoing work involved, like marketing your product or service and engaging with your audience to improve your sales. However, once the initial setup is complete, the ongoing effort is usually far less compared to commission-based work. Over the last 6 months, I've been focused on developing online classes on the platform Skillshare. Whilst creating these classes is initially very time-consuming, these efforts have now opened up a new income stream for me, and they've also improved my overall skill set in areas such as teaching and video making. The beauty of this approach is that once the courses are done, they continue to generate income for me as long as they remain relevant and well promoted. This allows me to benefit from my hard work for many years to come. Remember that growth is rarely linear. There will be times when you feel on top of the world and other times when it seems like you're stuck and you're not making any progress. Sometimes you'll see big success and other times you just may feel stagnant. If it feels like you're not making progress, set yourself some goals to look back on in a year's time, as you might be surprised by how much you've accomplished. Remember that the version of you from a year ago would likely be thrilled as to where you are today, so don't take that for granted. When I first started my YouTube channel, my biggest goal was simply to have more people watch my videos. I have to constantly remind myself to celebrate each milestone as I reach it, rather than rushing to focus on the next goal too quickly. Try not to get discouraged by the slower phases and instead focus on maintaining a long-term outlook. Of course, you can pay attention to your analytics and metrics, but don't let them dictate your emotions on a day-to-day basis. They can fluctuate, and the true measure of growth is seen over time, not in isolated moments. And finally, love what you do and resist the urge to compare yourself to others. It's easy to fall into the trap of measuring your progress against someone else's, but remember, comparison can drain your energy and your motivation. If you're feeling discouraged by seeing videos of seemingly unattainable success, you're not alone. I try to avoid these videos unless I feel they will inspire me rather than leave me with a negative feeling about where I am. Building a sustainable art business requires you to truly enjoy the work. The repetitive nature of some of the daily tasks can feel draining at times if you don't have a deep passion for what you're doing. Find what works best for you and don't feel pressured to follow conventional paths. If taking on commissions adds too much stress, you don't have to offer them. And if you do want to start a YouTube channel but you're not comfortable showing your face just yet, you can still create engaging content in a way that suits you. The key is to build a business that feels right and one that brings you happiness rather than burnout.